Welcome to the Master Plan,
where we explore the best resorts one adventure at a time.
Today we're in beautiful Leavenworth, Washington, America's best Christmas town.
And we are going to meet with the Post Hotel and get a tour and speak with the owners.
Then we're going to go to the Rhine House and have some lunch, maybe a pretzel, a beer, a brat.
And then we're going to do some wine tasting over at Patterson Cellars.
Come follow along with us on a horse-drawn carriage ride to get started with you guys. Hey, Robin.
Hi, how are you?
Good.
Good, welcome. Hi.
Robin,
How are you?
good to see you again.
Yeah, good to see you.
Thanks so much for having us.
Thank you.
Yeah, what
Glad you're here.
Beautiful entry and all the old world charm is you guys nailed every aspect. So
thank you.
Yeah.
Well, do you want to go down to the spa? We'll show you where you get treatments and.
That would be
okay,
fantastic.
Perfect. Let's go. So this is our spa where you get treatments. We have facials, massages, body treatments. We get our products mostly from over in Europe, and it's a real European style treatment that we do here. When we were talking about building the Post, Rob and I went over to Europe and we traveled through the Alps for about 3 weeks, and we visited, a number of hotels a day. And we started seeing over there that there were guests in robes in the lobbies. And we're like, what is going on? We thought it was a little interesting. And we started asking about it, and they said, well, they're wellness hotels. And how they started was Sebastian Kneipp was a German monk in the 1800s. And he healed his body of tuberculosis by getting in the Danube River, getting out, getting in, getting out. So he started studying how hot and cold and using water and hydrotherapy was really healing. So he started traveling the Alps and going to hotels and teaching hydrotherapy. And so we have his quotes throughout the hotel. And this entire area, which is the heart of our building, is based off of his teachings. So we have, throughout here, we have different steam rooms, saunas, ways to get your body cold. We have cold plunges and showers and ice. All of our water is salt water too, and the pool is heated to 89 degrees year round, so it's nice you can swim in the snow.
We studied into Europe, the wellness hotels, and found that was really the ticket. That's what we enjoyed, and we experienced it, and then experienced the wellness feeling ourselves. And we thought that could be addictive. And we really wanted to share that with other people. We started on the project, we started designing. Robin did all of the interior design, and actually the facade, a lot of what it looks like came from Robin.
And he ended up doing the majority of the construction, because I would come up with all these ideas and we would try to get it bid, like, sheetrock or whatever it was, and the companies would typically come back and say, sorry, we can't do that, it's too difficult. So I would ask him and he would come up with a way to do it. So we took, 8 years to build about, and he had a really small team, and we kind of designed as we went, so it was a fun process.
Right.
So an 8-year build.
8-year build, 2 years, Robin worked on the permitting, and she generated over 5,000 individual pages to get through the permit process, which didn't even include plans.
You were just saying about some of the hard days and challenges that you guys had building, and you were about to share the story of the lobby here.
Yeah, so this floor right here, which would be called a transitional floor, it's kind of halfway between the building, but at ground level. We poured 46 trucks, concrete trucks full of concrete, and it was on December 21st, I think, that we poured it. But a couple days before, we had all the rebar and all of the cables that hold the whole floor together dumped about 8 to 10 inches of wet snow a couple days before. So we had to get in with shovels and dig in between all of the rebar and haul it clear to the outside, and it was raining on us, and we had our plans all sopping wet. So I think
and again,
as far as
he had a really small crew, and so he called in our boyfriends at the time who worked in offices over in Seattle, and said, okay, we need some help, come over here and shovel or do something. So we had the whole family on deck helping, but yeah, over 40 trucks of concrete in one day.
And with regard to the decision to do the project, I really wanted to do something with Robin. I knew she had a real genius in design, and I wasn't finished building. I wanted to do things that would be could look back on and just be proud of what we had done together. And like I mentioned before, I told my wife that, you know, I really want to do this project. Whether we ever break even or not, that's not the important thing to me. But fortunately, we had been partners with my parents with the Indian, and we built that years ago. Back in '84, we opened that, and had a good track record with the local banks. And so I had a list of 5 things that would have prevented us from actually doing this project. And the first one, I thought financing might be a kind of a big one. So I went in and talked to the banker. I started telling him about what we wanted to do, our plans, and he said, I don't really need to know any details. I just need to know that you think this is a good idea. Wow. And I said, yeah. He said, we'll do it. And that was it. That was the extent of our trying to find money. I underestimated the amount of detail Robin would come up with on this project. So after about 2 years, because I thought it would take about 2 years, I went and talked to the same banker, the local manager, and I said, Rich, I said, you know, we've been at this for a while. You want us to wrap it up, or are you guys behind us? Because they'd given us a certain amount that we could use. Yeah. And he said, you know, just go for it. And from that point on, there was not a question of financing. They said, yeah, whatever you need, you've got it. And so they were really great partners.
So do you guys have any plans of expanding? Growing?
Yes.
Yes, we do. Not on this spot. This is really, we think, a complete package in itself. But we have 1,800 acres up on the mountain. And right now, close to submitting for our first lake. It's just a 5-acre, but we want to do kind of an agricultural, old world Bavarian farm, and then have a place like a bed and breakfast, and probably a central hotel that would be sort of like this, with some cabins, maybe Robin has chalets off to the side, and then probably a water park up there. We currently have a coal-fired steam engine railroad up there, and it's a 1932 and a 34 steam engines from Mannheim, Germany. So they're German steam engines that we have a track that runs around, and that would be part of bringing people from the main area to where the ski runs start. So our background is kind of in skiing. My parents both worked at Stevens Pass while I was growing up, and I traveled around with ski jumping, and so we really like the winter sports, and that is a perfect spot, a lot of northern exposure with a lot of powder skiing. So.
What a great heritage and history, and it just seems like this is the perfect fit for, you know, your family to pull this off. You have the banks believing in you right away, and that's it's really, thanks so much for sharing your story. It's inspiring.
Yes, thanks for coming.
Yeah, thanks for coming.
And how can people find, what's your website? Is that the best way for people to find out more?
posthotelleavenworth.com.
Posthotelleavenworth.com, okay.
Are you in need of some relaxation, a night away from the kids?
Absolutely.
Well, you can win a night stay at the Post Hotel here in Leavenworth, Washington. And Dan, why don't you tell them what else they can
Yeah, we also have
win?
a tasting experience with Patterson Cellars at their tasting room here in Leavenworth. 6 bottles of wine, full charcuterie board spread.
And what do they have to do to win?
Yeah, it's really easy. You just follow Woodridge Custom Homes on Instagram and the masterplan.tv on Instagram. Bonus points if you find us on YouTube, and tag 3 friends.
We'll be having an Instagram Live announcement of the winner on February 1st.
We might even come back and do it here.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be fun.
All right.
All right, so
Good
best
luck.
of luck.
Start tagging.
Hey folks, welcome to Patterson Cellars. My name's Taylor. I'm the tasting room manager
There.
here.
I'm Rachel.
Nice to meet
I'm
you,
Dan.
Rachel. And Dan,
Yeah.
nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Excellent. So what we've got is some beautiful accompaniments provided by the cheesemonger shop here, paired with our fabulous Patterson wines. We got some good stuff going on today,
Fantastic.
folks.
Yeah, we're ready.
All right, well, I'm gonna let you boys have fun with your tasting.
Okay.
I'm gonna head over to the Fudge Hut.
Awesome.
Excellent
okay.
idea.
All right.
Let's get into some pairings.
I like it.
Right. Yeah, so we have some beautiful accompaniments again by the cheesemonger shop here, and then our fabulous Patterson wines. We're gonna be starting out with the 2021 Mélange Blanc. That's a blend of mostly Roussanne and Viognier, a little bit of Chardonnay in there. This one is light, dry, and crisp in style.
Well, cheers to that.
Cheers to that, indeed. Right.
You know, doing God's work, John Patterson.
Oh, you know it.
And he actually does the crush and a lot of, parts of winemaking for other labels, correct?
Yes. So, well, aside from being our owner, he's also the head winemaker and the craftsman of the company. He built these tables and stools himself, beautifully done. But yeah, so our production facility, he also rents out that equipment to other wineries looking for a custom crush facility just to help out the industry.
Well, thank you so much. This has been a blast. I'm excited to be able to give away this experience, right?
Fantastic.
And then I believe Heidi said you guys are going to do 6 bottles of wine as well.
Yes, sir.
So if someone wants to win, they just have to follow Patterson, follow the master plan, tag 3 friends, and this could be them, right?
Sounds easy enough.
Yeah. All
Absolutely.
right. Thank you so much, Taylor.
Hey, thanks, Dan.
Yeah, it was fun.
Appreciate it.
All right.
Hello.
Hey. How was the fudge hut?
Oh, it was great.
Yeah, the tasting was super fun. Taylor really knows his stuff. It looks like the lights are starting to tick on here, so should we go check out the Christmas lights?
Yeah.
All right.
See what
let's
it's all
do it.
about.
We've had so much fun here at Leavenworth. Thank you for joining us today. This has been a blast. Thank you to our sponsors.
Yeah, Woodridge Custom Homes in Shara.
And also US Bank, Ryan Fred, and Patterson Cellars.
So Leavenworth is just a quick 1-hour drive from Suncadia and Tumble Creek.
Yeah, and to learn anything about our sponsors, the resort, if you want to come tour with me at Suncadia or Tumble Creek, go to themasterplan.tv. It's all right there. And find us on Instagram and YouTube as well.
Oh, and happy holidays.
Thank you so much. Happy holidays. We also have another giveaway with Patterson Cellars. You can win 6 bottles of wine and an awesome tasting experience at their
Stay at the Post Hotel here in Leavenworth. Leavenworth. So some of the rules for the, what are the rules, Dan?
You have to
you
follow.
can cut there and add this in
There
once
we
we
go.
figure this out.
Okay. So the rules are,
I'll ask you, I'll say. So Dan, how do you enter to
you have to do 100 push-ups in 90 seconds.
Send us a video.
Okay. Exciting. And then we'll head to the Rhine House for lunch. Maybe get a pretzel, a brat, a beer, another beer, and one more pretzel. Yeah.
Sounds great.
I'm very hungry, if you can't tell.
Send
Welcome.
it. Send it.
Send it. We have, sorry.
No, you're good.
Okay.
I'm just glad it's you and not me messing up this
Okay.
time.
And follow us on YouTube as well.
Yeah.
Hit that subscribe button. And we'll make more of these videos.